I'm good. I've just been talking to my boyfriend recently and I think we're ready to have sex.
Oh my gosh, are you sure you're ready for that?
Yes, I think I am. Do you guys know of a contraceptive that's a one-time use and is hormone-free?
Have you thought about today's sponge?
No, I haven't. What's that?
Well, it's a little bit like this sponge. It's a sponge that you insert into your vagina and it sits against your cervix. It's filled with spermicides to prevent pregnancy.
But you can leave it in for 24 hours, but no more than 30. But you have to leave it in 6 hours after sex.
So what does that mean?
Unlimited sex.
Wow, sounds like a party. Where can I buy some?
Well, my boyfriend and I buy ours at convenience stores. Typically, they come in a pack of 3, and they range from $9 to $15.
Okay, that's cool. I'm actually kind of nervous about this, though. Maybe I should go talk to Nurse Jen at the health center and see what she thinks of this contraceptive.
That's a great idea.
Yeah,
Let's go.
I agree.
Okay. Oh, here we are, Student Center for Health and Counseling.
I wonder what Jen will have to say.
Here we are. Hello.
Hi, guys.
Hi.
Thank you so much for coming in today. Let me know what kind of questions you have and I'll see if I can answer them for you.
Okay, I've heard of this contraceptive called the Today Sponge, and I'm not really sure if it's like the best idea to use or if it's really a good idea for me as a college student, if it would work. I did some research online about pregnancy, and it turns out even women who use it properly, who have never given birth, use it as directed. 9 out of 100 of them will still get pregnant each year, and even if they use it imperfectly and haven't given birth, it goes to up to 12 out of 100, and if you've given birth, everything else, it's all a little bit higher of a chance of getting pregnant again.
That's right. So with the Today Sponge, I usually recommend that you use another form of contraception, like condom or something like that, especially because the Today Sponge will not help protect against STDs, and so using a condom along with it increases its effectiveness as far as preventing pregnancy because you have the 2 forms, plus then you have your STD protection.
Okay.
Well, what do you have to say about it?
Well, for me personally, since I've used it myself, I understand that there's uninterrupted sex play with it, and in addition, for the fact that it's non-hormonal, it's pretty cheap. And you can also use it while breastfeeding if you've already given birth, so I think it's really a positive.
Well, I've done my research on maybe some of the cons of this contraceptive, and it can't be used during your period, and you can't use it after a miscarriage, abortion, or childbirth, or if you've had toxic shock syndrome before. It also tends to be a little bit difficult to insert, and I was curious if today you could show us how to insert it.
Absolutely. So you guys have some really good points, and there are lots of cons. A lot of people either don't tolerate hormones well or don't choose to use hormones, and so this is a great choice to use that is a non-hormonal form of birth control. But there are some cons to it, which, like we had mentioned already, that if you use another form of contraception with it, such as condoms, can help reduce some of those downsides. When you insert the Today Sponge, it actually sits up right against the cervix like that, and the string will actually hang down into the vagina, and that way you can pull it out later when you're done. This is partly to protect the cervix so the sperm don't go up in there. This is also full of a spermicide to help prevent the sperm from going anywhere because it will kill them. When you go to insert it, you want to get it wet, and then you fold it in half, and you insert it, making sure that string part is going to be the last part to go up into the vagina. And then you push it right up inside the vagina and then place it right up at the cervix. And so it's going to sit in there just like that. And I'll show you on a side view. When it's in there, it should look exactly like that. When it's time to take it out, you simply grab that string and pull it out. And make sure it's been at least 6 hours since the last time that you've had sex before you take it out. When it's up there, both you and your partner might be able to feel it. And I don't know if you have any experiences with that at all with your partner.
Yes, both I can feel it and my partner can feel it, but I don't really necessarily think it's that uncomfortable, but my boyfriend doesn't really like it that much.
Okay. And so, is there anything that you guys have found on the internet as far as concern with the string that hangs down?
Well, some people have said that it gets twisted sideways, and then it can be difficult for you to grasp the string and pull it out.
Okay.
But most people find that they can pull it out over time.
Great.
Well, thank you so much.
Yes, thank you. You're welcome. Do you guys have any other questions or concerns?
No,
Let's just grab some
condoms on our way out, guys.
That's probably a smart
All
idea.
right, let's go.
All right, thank you. We'll see you guys later. Let me know how it goes.
Okay.
Come in.
Hey, how was your day?
Rough, failed my human sex test.
Oh, I'm sorry. Do you want to talk about it?
Not really.
Oh. Do you want to relieve some stress then? Do you want to have sex?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah. We should talk about it a little bit though first.
I think that's a good idea.
So I went and met with Nurse Jen at the health center and talked to her about forms of contraceptives. And we talked about using the Today sponge. Have you heard of that?
I haven't.
So it's just like a little sponge with spermicide in it that sits in my vagina against my cervix. And it's supposed to like prevent pregnancy. It's pretty effective, but she said you should still use a condom to make it more effective. But I don't know, it looks kind of painful.
It does. Looks uncomfortable too. Can I feel it?
Like during sex?
Yeah.
I don't know, I think she said you can, just a little bit, like, kind of just like a moist, soft sponge.
Okay. Well, if you're comfortable with using it, then I am.
Okay.
Let's try it.
Okay!
To recap, the Today Sponge is 76 to 88% effective with typical use and up to 94% effective with perfect use. The Today Sponge does not protect against STIs, typically is paired with a condom. The most common side effects include penile or vaginal irritation, painful burning, itching, or even a rash, painful urination, abdominal pain, fever, chills, and foul-smelling vaginal discharge. If you leave it in for more than 30 hours, you may experience toxic shock syndrome. Lastly, just like any contraceptive, pregnancy can still occur. If you or your partner experience any of these symptoms, please seek medical help.
This is gonna be the first.
This is gonna be the
Fine.
first. Keep going.
Wait,
It's still recording.
Or say that?
That's what we told
Take number 2.
Take 2.
It's like a party, where can I buy one?
Well.
It's rolling. Yes.
Alright.
Oh, I'm sorry, do you want to talk about it?
Yeah, I can do
Yeah.
that. No, fuck, I'm not.
That was
Where's the camera?
right there.
Let's go.
We need to redo this. Action.
Let's try it.
Okay.
I don't know.
Let's Marvin Gaye and get it on.